Good evening. Hello. Welcome to David's Kitchen. Thank you. I've got light from various sides, but probably not enough light. We're doing the best we can. We've got a situation today where we're going to be making Kielbasa Alfredo pasta, a concoction I put together that can be purchased if you really look around for $5. Now, starting with the organic pasta, if you buy it in bulk like I did, you can get these packages of 1 pound of organic pasta for $1 at Costco. But you can look for pasta now. Ronzoni has it, but various other pasta providers give you non-GMO. And this is organic and non-GMO from Italy. So this is the best pasta. It's a regatta. Lumaca regatta is the name of this pasta, but any pasta will do. Anything, even elbow macaroni. We're going to be using 1 onion and a green pepper, which I managed to buy the two of these for $1. I got the green pepper at Safeway for 89 cents, and the onion is non-GMO for 10 cents. So we're up to $2. Typically, you can get a container of olives for $1 if you look around. This is pitted ripe olives, large. It's going to be a really nice blend. It goes well with a white sauce, I think. You can get a yellow onion or a white onion or a red onion. It doesn't matter. And the meat today is uncured Polska kielbasa. I picked up for $1 from Hillshire Farm. So, pretty cool. Yeah, $1. Pretty amazing. So if you find any type of sausage for $1, buy it. And I'm talking looking at the markets section that has things that maybe are reaching the end of their date. They'd like to discount them in order to get them out. Buy about 5 or 6 of these packages and freeze them or put them in the refrigerator because they'll last a long time. Kielbasa is a Polish sausage, and it's got no nitrates, no artificial ingredients, and no MSG. And that's important. Try to find no nitrates, no MSG. That type of a sausage is really, really good. So, let me pull out my trusty chopping block, which I take things like this on trips if I happen to travel, because this creates a kitchen platter in a motel. You can do anything on this type of a chopping board. I've got the hot water cooking at level 6. I'm going to ramp it up. And we're starting the hot water. We're going to add a little salt to the hot water. Just give it a little splash. We'll have a full boil in just a bit. More than 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. You just want to give it a little flavor when you add the pasta water. There's going to be garlic in this meal. And if you have, I cook in a motel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, I'll drive for 400 or 500 miles and then make dinner. And everyone's marveling at what I do. I can make dinner in a motel with no problem whatsoever, even if I don't have a microwave. That's all right. I mean, I'm the mod here. I can easily put 500 miles on a day. No, this is a home show. We're not in a motel right now. No, this is my home. This is David's Kitchen from the previous shows that I've been showing you on every single show I've done. And some of you have gotten some good ideas doing the show or watching it. One person fed an entire wedding party of 150 people for $50 using my ideas. I am going to have a little cup of coffee because I haven't had some in a while, and I want to for me, coffee mellows me out. No, I've got plenty of room in the ceiling. It's not touching the ceiling, but thank you for suggesting I lift it. Expired coffee? No. I get this product that's, this is the best coffee I think that Costco sells. It's 100% Colombian coffee. It's not organic, but man, you can really make quite a few pots of coffee out of that. And if you're really in trouble and don't have any coffee, I bought a backup collection of organic beans I got at Costco for $15 for 3 pounds. So $5 a pound for organic beans unground. It's pretty good. This is their San Francisco Bay Gourmet Holiday Blend. And I haven't even gotten into that yet. And sometimes I find coffee that, this is a pretty interesting coffee from Italy. Organic coffee that's Dacchino. And I got this for $3. It was amazing for a pound of coffee. And it's still good. All right, so get my handy dandy French curl knife, which I use, which is my Rogers and Master Guild knife from 1967, which is still fully functional. I put a new blade on it. I'm going to go ahead and cut the onion. Let me put this front forward so you can see it. All right. And I'm going to turn the burner over here onto level 3 on the back burner to get this pan going back here. And sometimes I make a dinner and I'll leave a little bit of residue in here, which I did accidentally, because I made a really amazing quesadilla and it stuck to the stainless steel. But if you cook with stainless steel, you're better off than the Tefal and all these ceramics that they're selling now. Okay, we'll get that up to level 3. Before I put my oil, I want to get that pan hot. Let's go ahead and cut the onion now. Little slice down the middle. There we go. Take the bottoms off first because that's where the onion, the really teary onion part is. That's where it really gets teary. And if I can avoid the bottoms, then I avoid the tears. Because you don't want to get, the tears are pretty horrific when you're doing the onion. I don't want to start the show off crying. People think I'm, having sympathy for Oprah. Well, Seal, the famous musician, just said she is so full of it because Seal, Seal, he just announced that in an Instagram that he doesn't believe Oprah didn't know about Harvey Weinstein's activities for the past 20 years. And he says she's totally full of it. She's lying. Okay. I don't know how to refresh your TV. Sometimes the UHF signal goes off. You can catch this at America's Third Party. You don't want to have anything that's difficult to chew off the onion. The outer pieces like this are of no value. All right. We're almost done with cutting the onion. Okay. You want to shoot for onion pieces about this big, roughly. That's about where you're at. Okay. Throw a little olive oil in the pan, 3 tablespoons or thereabouts. And as long as your pan is hot, put your onions on the pan. Okay. Spread them around a little bit. I'm getting a little onions starting to happen. Sorry to cry. Yeah, leave it to the cleaver. That cleaver is really the best thing I've ever seen. I was looking for other ones on eBay. Hey, Scissor Fight, welcome. I was looking for others on eBay, and I couldn't find anything like it. There's only 2 Rogers and Master Guild knives on eBay, and it's just one of those knives I happen to like. I was surprised. We saw in our Wasteful Wednesday show, we saw knives that were selling for $400 or $500 that were made. Apparently, there's certain collectors' knives out there that you can buy at garage sales, and people don't know what they have. My electric bill is only $120 to $130 a month. We use zone heating in our 2,000 square foot house. Burn a candle near the onion chopping, that helps. There you go. That gets rid of some of the fumes. All right. You need to turn it upwards like this. This is a better way to do it. Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, it looks so much better on me. You wear goggles when you cut onions? That's pretty funny. Okay, we're at a full boil back here, so we're all set to drop our pasta in. Open up that organic bag of Garofalo, made in Italy. Garofalo. And if you're having problems with that, there's always an important thing to have in the kitchen, which is scissors. Try not to cut your hand, though, in the process. There we go. Okay, we're going to drop it in a roaring boil back here. All the pasta shells go in. And then throw the bag away. Unless, of course, you want to make something with it. I can't imagine reusing some of the plastic that we throw away. It's kind of amazing how much plastic we do throw away. Give it an immediate stir. This type of pasta shells typically take 10 to 11 minutes. Elbow macaroni takes about 9. It's all varies depending on what kind of pasta you use. All right. Happy Technology Thursday. So, all right. So I'm going to take it and prepare the olives. So I'm going to open up the olives. Got one of these easy off pull tabs. Very simple. I like those. Okay, you drain the water out of that. And if you're salt sensitive, give it a rinse. If you're not salt sensitive, don't. I'm a little salt sensitive, so I have to give it a rinse. Yeah. I don't really like extra salt. There's quite a bit in here. It's about 1,100 milligrams of salt. So if you give it a rinse, it goes through the pitted area and cleans it out a little bit, drops the salt by about half. And just take and give it a little shake like that with water in it. Okay, this recipe is going to require me to cut these olives. I'm going to get this pan up to a level 6 now. So both of them are at level 6. We're doing well. I'm giving it a little stir. You don't want to let the pasta sit for more than about 3 or 4 minutes. You want to stir it pretty regularly. All right. Now I'm going to use a smaller knife, my Cutco knife. I paid $30 for this Cutco knife. Look at that. It's got a permanent blade on it, but Cutco is one of the finest silverware, durable silverware providers and knife providers in the world. Yeah, pretty amazing. A friend of mine at the time, who's no longer my friend, convinced me that I had to buy something from him because he became a Cutco salesman when he lost his job. You won't get $30 for this. Anyway, he insisted that I buy something from him. And I mean, I've never seen anybody muscle a sale like this guy muscled a sale. He sat in my living room, in my kitchen, for an hour trying to convince me to buy that one knife. He said, "You got to buy something from me, man." And this was his first time selling for Cutco. And I was like, "Okay, what's the cheapest thing you have?" This knife. So ridiculous. Okay, just cut these olives in half. I'm going to bisect all of them. If you're really fastidious, you can cut them in thirds, but I mean, that's ridiculous. Come here and try not to lose your olive. It'll run down the side of the stove and drift away. So we've got lots of things to talk about, I'll tell you. Trump has been making all kinds of brash statements. Now he says that he has a really good relationship with Kim Jong-un. I'm beginning to believe the guy is a liar, and he's used this technique for years. And he just spends all his time lying. And that's his foreign policy right now. Because he wasn't good friends on good terms with Kim Jong-un. Nothing's changed since what happened when he started yelling and calling him names. So hey, as long as he thinks he's on good terms, that's all that matters, right? Kim Jong-un may not be on good terms with him. But Trump has decided to lie incessantly through his presidency. So kind of like Oprah, pretending like she didn't know about Harvey Weinstein. This show used to be called Cooking Up Politics, by the way. I would talk about politics and cook. But I think I'm still at David's Kitchen. But it's starting to heat up, I'll tell you. More and more things are happening in the world. This is a little tedious, but it's not that hard. Okay. All nice and bisected. Good. Not one single one holding on to its previous self. All right. I failed to mention the Alfredo sauce that I'm going to be using, which is also $1 I bought on sale. I purchased this at Safeway on a sale day. It's a 4-cheese Alfredo sauce made by Francisco Rinaldi. And it's pretty good ingredients. It's not bad. Really good quality. You can always rely on the Alfredo sauces you get from some of these bigger name brands like, Francisco Rinaldi has always been a pretty basic, good quality. Okay, let's give another spin on those pasta shells. Good. These are pretty thick. This may take more like 12 minutes. Okay, the onions are cooking. I'm going to throw the olives in there with them. Take and cut the package of kielbasa open. Careful to not put plastic in the meal. You don't want to put plastic in the meal. People are going, wow, this kielbasa tastes like plastic. Yeah, I cooked it. I put the whole plastic container in. Oh, really? Oh, no wonder we're eating plastic. All right, don't get excited or anything, but here's the kielbasa. I'm going to rinse that in under water, fresh water, just to rinse off any residue of things that come in. And I'm going to take the kielbasa and bisect it down the middle. Like that. And the nice thing about kielbasa, you don't have to pull the shell of the sausage off. It's ready to go. This is true with most kielbasas. It's a Polish type of sausage. Some people like it, some people don't. Sarah's one of those people that doesn't like it. So I'm going to kind of downplay the kielbasa. There's a certain amount of fat in there that will render into the sauce. But I'm good with kielbasa. I think it's one of the better sausages. I used to make pasta with it for 30 years. I would use kielbasa to make pasta. It's pretty good taste, I'll tell you. It adds a lot of flavor to your spaghetti sauce. But today I'm doing an Alfredo, a white sauce. So, all right. Bisecting it, trying to not put it on the breadboard, but I had a couple pieces land on the breadboard. Throw that kielbasa inside of your blend of onions and your olives. All right. I know you're saying, why are you cooking the olives at this stage? Well, now's the time to put all your flavors in your dinner to make a fusion dish. And if those flavors are going to make a big part of your meal, you're definitely going to need this, which is it's a staple in every single cook's kitchen. Italian seasoning. Another turn on that pasta, starting to get done. Keep the cover off the pasta, otherwise the water will boil right over. Okay, give it about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a level teaspoon. A lot of Italian seasoning, but you really want to pick up the flavor now. And what I do is, once it's cooking for a while, I'll add a little water and steam fry, just to kind of get it moving. Water really accelerates the fusion cooking process. Yes, my lighting is really bad here. I should probably have another light over there. Let me see if I can move this. That might be better. Yeah, slightly better. Okay. Only button your top button. Yeah, I only have one top button open. If I go like this, I look like a priest or something cooking dinner. Steam fry is not an oxymoron. I developed the concept, and I'm proud to say that I have not trademarked it. So I'm not going to trademark the word steam fry. I'm not a Charlie Sheen kind of character. I'm not in this for money. Never was. So if somebody's steam fry trademarks, hey, oh well. I should use more, No, water actually helps it steam quickly and pulls all the, no, I haven't put water in yet. I want to give the the kielbasa a little cook. Okay, that pasta is getting almost done, but the shells are not quite covered completely, so I'm going to cover it up and turn it off. Now, I've done this before, where if you cover up the pasta shells and cover it completely at that level and make sure it doesn't boil over, it infuses moisture into your pasta shells. So even if you have a little bit less water than you need, put a disco ball in my kitchen. Yeah. I'm promoting good quality carbs. Yeah, not carbs in general. Hey, thanks. So I'm going to take in today I'm going to be using my 1975 Corel dish, which has enough for 10 servings. Yeah. Now, I had a head cold last night. It was horrible. I suffered, I'll tell you. Respiratory thing. Oh, yeah. I went to a buffet and I didn't wash my, I didn't completely clean my hands off with those chemical moist wipes when I ate, and I think I got it there. So I'm still doing the shows despite the fact that I don't feel right. Yeah, that shows you how much commitment I have to what I'm doing. But anyway, we had a pretty good show last night, Wasteful Wednesday. All right, so that's actually cooking in its own heat right now. All those pasta shells are just infusing with that steam in that water, the boil. So I'm actually going to let it sit there. I'm not going to touch it. And I know it's going to get a little starchy if I don't pull it. I haven't put on any pounds at all. No. The same weight I was when I started this process, 225, 6'4". I don't know if you're aware, but when you work out all the time, muscle is heavy. And I work out all the time. I didn't work out today, though, because I had a cold and I didn't want to swim. So, all right, we're almost ready to add the sauce. Before I do, I'm going to cut up this green pepper. Okay, like I said, I got this green pepper for 89 cents from Safeway, and it's from Mexico. And Mexico is getting less radiation than other parts of the country. So actually, I'm okay buying Mexican vegetables. Fruit, I'm not really happy with because it doesn't taste right. But tomatoes tend to be a little bland compared to the ones coming out of Florida. I've noticed. Mexico's trying to take over a lot of our industries. The tomato industry is one of them that's been asking for protection. Because they're worried because Mexico's able to undercut a pound of tomatoes for $1. They're able to produce these things. And believe me, the Florida tomato producers are not happy with that. And hopefully they're still producing after the floods and all. Okay, I'm going to do the cut of the green pepper. Bring this down a little bit. There we go. Trying to keep the seeds out if possible. I give it a shake. Sarah is really against seeds. So as a chef, I have to be very careful not to put seeds in her food, or she kind of freaks out. Doesn't want seeds in anything. In other words, if I were to make eggplant, forget it. Okay, this needs a stir. The kielbasa is ready to spin and add water. Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's browned and fused. Oh, that's perfect. It glazes the bottom of the pan just perfect so that when you add your water, perfect. Now the steaming red green peppers go in. Great. Doing good. Same kind of slice, a little bit bigger on the green peppers than the onions. Now, another really good thing to add to this meal, which I don't have the budget for right now, is mushroom. So we're going mushrooms right now. Okay. All right, all those green peppers are going in, and I'm going to give it another rotation. And that water I just put in is going to finish the green peppers off and thoroughly cook the sausages, which were, by the way, browned on one side. So they're browned on one side, which is really nice when you're eating a sausage. So no need for carrots or celery in this meal. This is just a white sauce. You don't want to mix up anything like carrots or celery in there, unless you were making something different, maybe a fish. A fish would go well with a white sauce and celery. Well, rich people do eat pasta. If you're in Italy, you love it, pasta, and I think you're a little off there, freakazoid. Oh, sorry, you said you should dress normal with a ratty t-shirt. I can't get into the show and get a shirt on in 1 minute. This is not a come over. This is my real hair. But thank you. It's not, You're fixating. Remember the doctor told you should take your medication? Your OCD's kicking in. Ruined a perfectly good dinner with those green peppers, Dave. Oh, poor Jackson. He doesn't like green peppers. Hey, that's okay. Replace it with mushrooms. Oh, Mark's in here. Wow. You eat shredded steak with pasta? Good. Mark's participating in the show. That's kind of interesting, Mark. Yeah. Okay. I'm not slandering anybody, Rodney. No, I believe that Mark has been censoring me. I have a right to believe that, and I think he's making money doing it. But hey, that's what I do. I keep doing what I do, and Mark keeps doing what he does. So, all right, let's take a look at everything is ready for another spin. I got to drain the water on that. Don't let your pasta sit too long in that water. Okay. And I'm going to throw some garlic in there. There we go. Draining the water. Always run a little water when you drain your pasta, so it doesn't. This hot steamy water doesn't go down the drain. Okay. There you go. And in fact, if you leave it in the drain and it's a cold day, it warms your kitchen. Look at that. Steam warmed kitchen. Okay, throw this pasta in this container right here. And then cover it up with a plate. Okay, now I'm going to add the garlic to this dinner. And I'm just going to go ahead and give it as much of this as I want to throw in there because I'm down to the last of this garlic. Remember when I bought this garlic? It's really lasted a long time. Nice amount, maybe 4 or 5 cloves at the minimum, 8 cloves tops. Spread it around. Keep cooking it. Take some olive oil and spray your pasta. Spray the top of your pasta. Give it a spray. You want to coat your pasta with olive oil while it's sitting there. Otherwise, it'll stick. Now, what I always do with an Alfredo, since I haven't even added the white sauce to that concoction yet, what I always do with an Alfredo is I put some butter in the pasta and let it melt into the pasta because it gives it such a great taste. And I don't mind a little butter. I'm going to put a couple pats, like one single pat. That's to me is like a couple pats. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put 3 of those pats on top of the pasta. I'm adding quite a bit of calories with that little bit of butter. So if you're cutting calories, you definitely don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you eliminate those unneeded saturated fat calories. But hey, since I'm trim and I'm 225 pounds, feeling good, I don't need to worry about that. Okay. Butter too, yeah, love it. See, I told Mark I don't have any hard feelings of what I think is going on here. I personally am angry that it's happening, that censorship is happening. In my opinion, it's happening. He doesn't agree with me, but when you limit 300 million VPNs to a show, I call that censorship. Yeah, I mean, I think you and I could sit down and have a nice conversation, Mark. I don't think we'd have a problem. And like I said, I don't hold grudges in life. It can really affect you. Yeah. A lot of people hold grudges, and it's not the way to live. We can't make any progress if we hold grudges in this world. And I think that, he's kind of in a bind. He has to do this stuff. Okay. All right, the fusion cooking is reached the end. We're ready to start. The green peppers are soft and ready to go at level 6. So we're going to go ahead and open this container of real cheese and Alfredo sauce. Yummy. Yeah, they know how to make it. Francisco Ronaldo. Okay, pour that Alfredo sauce on top of your vegetable mix. Like that. Okay. And then take a little filtered water, add about 1/4 of a cup at the most, maybe an 1/8 of a cup, just to get the bottom going. Give it a shake. Pour that in there and go for one more pass. Do 2 passes. Get every bit of that sauce in there with a little bit of water. All right. Right on. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and gently push the sauce and everything together and turn it down to a level low. You want to cook this at low right now. Otherwise, the sauce would burn. And you want to mix it with the bottom and preferably use a wooden spatula. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take it to a level 3. So take it to a level 3 and then turn it to low or simmer. All right. So we are almost done with this dinner. We're just going to sit and talk for a bit, and I'll mix it together, and then we can drop out of here and go into the regular room, and we'll start the show. All right. Super easy to make this. 69. Wow. So what we're doing, folks, is bigger than money. We're changing America. And it's going to be a very slow process to take down the 2 parties with a better party. But it's what I've been planning for my entire life. I spent time with my father discussing this whole process for years. And we watched people. Okay, take care, Mark. Okay, my father and I talked about the beginnings of a third party back in the 1970s when certain third parties were starting, populist parties were starting, and we really believed that a third party would eventually take hold in America. The problem is we don't really know why we need one. So people have to be told, and they have to listen as to the reasons why we need a third party, and they're becoming more and more. We're seeing more and more people convert to a third party in their mind. They're leaving their party. They know that the Democrats, the Republicans are corrupt. They get it. So that's the energy we're going to be working with in the next couple of years to try to bring more and more people in here, but we're going to need some free press in America to make this happen. And right now, the press is just not there. For 9 years, I've been completely censored in the media, the mainstream media, and they refuse to run my story, even though it's resonating among people all around the world. So I'm in the process of writing a book. I'm halfway through, roughly, and the book will describe my life and a lot of the things that we're dealing with on a personal level, which I know a lot of people have been wanting to know about. Hey, welcome, Hong Kong fan base. Hello. People want to know exactly what's happening in my life, and they want to know what led me to these decisions. So I'm more than willing to tell you in a book, and that's what I do. I write my book every morning. I spend about an hour or two writing the book. So hopefully we'll have a book for you by the end of 2018. Okay, we're almost done. Like I said, the pasta's there. I'm going to give this one more spin. Well, actually, I'm not going to lift the cover. When you lift the cover, you lower the integrity of your meal. Remember, it's still marrying the ingredients. So it's like walking in on a husband and wife when they're right around passing their vows, and you object to the wedding when you open that lid. It's kind of like that. The concept of steam fry and fusion cooking came to me back in the 1970s when I started using this technique of a little bit of water after initial burn on the bottom. And there's no burn really, it's just caramelizing whatever you're cooking. And it creates a kind of a taste sensation that you wouldn't normally have. Yeah. Trump slams protections for immigrants from crap hole countries. Yeah, I heard he really he did an about face on the immigration discussion, the DACA thing yesterday, because he knew he was speaking out of turn, and he lost his base for a while. They were saying, "Why are you caving into the Democrats on the immigration bill?" So now he's coming out hard verbally against individual countries, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay. Signed up to call you hot. David, I found this cast page in the browser history from an Apple Store laptop in Chicago. It kind of threw me off. I wonder who it was. Well, that's interesting. Somebody went to an Apple Store in Chicago and pulled up our site. Cool. Thank you. Signed up to call you hot. All right. So you are watching me on YouTube, which is running on our main site now. And I will be uploading this to my cooking show at youtube.com/David John Sponheim, Jon. All right, so everything is going to go down to a simmer now. Everything in there is pretty much hot, ready to go. And I'm going to add it to the top of the pasta shell, which are right here. But before I do that, I'm going to leave it in there for just a little longer and clean up my mess, because I've got a few things I need to clear up for the show later. Yeah, I can feel the heat coming off of the steam that I left in my sink. Yeah, the steamy water can heat your house. So, when you're getting rid of it, don't bother draining it. Just leave it in your sink. It'll warm your room. I'm not kidding. All kinds of ways of saving energy. And I use zone heating in my house. So, like I said earlier, we pay about $125, $130 a month for electricity. And that's a big savings. If I were to heat the whole house at 70 degrees, like right now, it's about 58 degrees in this room. But if I were to heat the whole house at 70 degrees for the whole month, especially if you're in really cold areas, you're going to pay $400, $500 a month for your electric. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just getting over a head cold. And we've been hit with rain today. And the area I live is like a sponge. It sucks up water like crazy. We get chemtrails over our house, which mostly is silver iodide, brings in the water and it drains here. So you're using this technique to dehydrate California. That's the weather warfare that's going on. Our country and the two parties are oblivious to it. So there was a woman named who's 46 years old, was 250 pounds and infertile at 25. But today she has 3 kids, is 120 pounds, and she's eating nothing but ground beef and bacon. Bartholomew. Well, bacon is full of niacin and vitamin B. Ground beef is full of amino acids. So, no, I went over to the other side to cough on an empty space. Okay, rinsing hands off. And as with all shows, you want to make sure you have a paper towel handy. All right, so let's bring those ingredients together and let's finish this off. Look at that beautiful boil going on there. Check that out. Can you see that? Would you look at that? Just look at it. That is beautiful. That's a work of art. I kind of like paprika, so I'm going to throw a little paprika in here. Not too much though, because paprika actually, it's okay. It lowers your heart rate, but a little too much is not good. All right, let's put this on top of the pasta shells. And I will use the spatula to get it all on top. There you go. There's a little caramelization on the bottom of the pan, but that's all good. When you're working with stainless steel, you're not like picking up the teeth fowl and putting it in your dinner. Okay, now give this a nice gentle push, diving into it with your spatula. That's all. You want to leave some on the top and just kind of dive it in there. All right, and then what I'm going to do is, got this mega size of Parmesan here, got for $6 at Costco. I'm going to top it off with Parmesan. And you can say goodbye to the dinner. There it is, everybody. Covering it up and leaving it right there. 10 meals for $5. Shop around, get the best deal. It's got a good taste. Perfect. Wasn't that incredibly easy? And dinner's ready to serve. You can actually keep it on a warmer and you can serve it right out of that container, or you can just let it go cold and then put it in the refrigerator and serve helpings out of it and just zap them for about a minute and you're good to go. Yeah, we picked up a new microwave. I noticed that my microwave, here's David's kitchen, by the way. I've got my Medusa capsicum Medusa pepper plant I'm growing. And this little microwave I picked up at Walmart for $53. And I knew I needed a new one because the old one was kind of loud. And yeah, it was a nice little gift I gave Sarah. She was kind enough to give me a brand new, amazing wireless surveillance system, which we use. We upload to the cloud, and we've been doing this for some time, but the quality wasn't as good, so we got an HD kit system to back up what we were doing. And I was blown away by that gift. I couldn't believe what a nice gift it was. Having a little more coffee here. Thank you for moderating, Scissor Fight. Appreciate it. We're not going to let a certain person who was in last night into the show tonight, unless I get really generous for the end there. But I'm really tired of Trump supporters coming in here bragging about Trump. I mean, this guy has been a joke ever since he started, and these people still support him. It's just unbelievable how stupid they are. Anyway, we're going to sign off. Thank you for watching David's Kitchen. I am going to go in the other room, put my jacket on, my tie on, and start the pre-show. We'll see you in about 1 minute. Thank you for coming in.